Hello everybody, welcome back on my channel and to XP11. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in our Switzerland tour. Sorry for the last 2 weeks of absence on my channel. I've been quite busy with the school and then I went on holidays, so I wasn't able to record any video, unfortunately. But I did record a flight just before leaving, but it lagged during the whole flight, so due to my OBS, which is totally bugging all the time. And I don't understand why. Yeah, this is very weird. But today it seems that it works. Sorry, my OBS seems not to lag. I did a few tests just before, so it might be good. All right. So today we are in Dubendorf, and we are in the Yak-18T, which is a freeware produced by PWDT Studio, I think, if I remember well, and it's a freeware, and it looks totally awesome. Really, I really like this. I only have like a 1 hour flight with this aircraft, so again I will do a lot of mistakes probably. Don't mind too much, please. Alright, so without further ado, we can just jump in a cockpit and start this bird. The texture inside the cockpit are also very gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. And there are some reflection in addition. This is gorgeous. So we can directly start this bird here. I can remember well, you have to turn on battery and generator, the beacon lights and the strobe lights, which are necessary all the time. You want them to be on always. Alright, I think we can start the engine directly. So first thing first, I have to prime the engine like this way with a sound. Very cool. 5, 6 times. Okay. Then I don't have to forget to turn the fuel cutoff on. Very important. I tried during like 1 hour to start the engine and I forgot this, so I wasn't able to start it. That's kind of ridiculous. I can just turn this to 1.2. I think it's this way you're supposed to do. This is by default in middle. This is good. This is full forward. And I can just put a few inches of throttle here. So, what is left here? Ignition, instruments, transponder, we need that, I think. Intercom also. Nav and landing for later. P, what was that? I have no idea. Stall speed, I can turn. Emergency lights, we don't need that. Cockpit lights, yes. Pale heat and stall warning, of course, we need all of that. Alright, so we can just push on the starter here. And it starts magically. We'll just reduce the sound here. Whoa, this Saturn is so cool on all three. This is awesome. So a little check here. We have frequency. We don't need any frequency because we are not using any ATC. Navigation lights. Landing lights for a taxi. What is this? We can turn it on anyway. And I think we're ready to go. Alright, so I forgot to say what flight we were going to do. Okay, I just reduced. Alright, so we're here in Dubendorf. No, not here, here. Dubendorf, and we'll take off from this runway because the... Oh wait, we'll take off from this runway because the wind is pushing us from the north to the south. So we'll have a kind of front crosswind here for takeoff. And then we'll turn left directly to the south and we'll fly to Buochs. I have no idea how you say it, sorry. yeah, I have already done a video in which I landed here. I took up here in Buochs. I think this was my second video, if I remember well. But we were not using Ortho4xp yet, so it might probably change a lot in the graphics, and improve of course. So we'll take off this runway, fly to the south, and then we have the wind comes from here, so we're gonna land this runway. So we'll do this approach behind the hill, and there you go, which is the runway 06 approach. So it will be very fun, can't wait. Alright, so without further ado, we can just taxi to the runway. Just gonna see if I can. Alright, so we'll go left here, go just next to the runway, align here and take off. Alright. Just set my brakes here. Alright, let's go ahead and taxi. You can just put the sound on. Alright. I mean, I love this aircraft. I've always loved the Russian aircrafts, civils and military also. They are really beautiful. And in addition, it's free, man. Good job. The developer did a great job. So I want to take this taxi here on the left. Another bad point with Ortho4xp is that the texture look very ugly when you're taxiing like this. I mean, without any scenery. Yeah, that's not very cool to see, but of course it's better when you go higher. It's where it's worth it. Alright. What happened? Oh, I think my my weather just refreshed. So I don't have many FPS right now, like 20 max. But I think it's good enough for the video. You know what, I'm gonna take this exit because we don't need a long runway. We have plenty of space. Ouch, I don't really have many FPS right now. Awesome. We don't have any traffic here, so we can go ahead and align. Alright, so one thing very weird with these aircrafts are, 1 minute, just, alright, the brakes, the flaps, 1 notch of flaps and they are fully down, so I won't take off with the flaps, I will do it without it. I think it's better, yeah. As you can see, you cannot choose the level of flaps, it's fully down or fully up, you don't have any choice. So takeoff checklist, nav lights on, landing lights on right now. Oh come on, what happened? I think it's, yeah, the shadows are still a bit buggy in this aircraft. It's like refreshing all the 5 minutes or so. Emergency lights, we don't need that for the moment. I mean, I hope we won't have any emergency. Alright, so flaps are not set, and this is good. This is fully forward for the takeoff, alright. And everything is looking good here on the instrument, I think. And we don't need any, how do you say, transponder? Any squawk code, sorry. because there is no ATC, so we don't need that. Alright, so we can add some thrust here, and we can release the brakes and full power. So I think I can go ahead and pull to rotate. Yeah, we have enough speed. Alright, looking good. We can go ahead and put the gear up. Great. You can just remove this. So I would just gain a bit of altitude before turning because there is this hill and I don't want to get too close to the ground. So we're here and we'll be turning like 90 degrees to the southeast, the west, sorry, I think. So running lights, I can let it on, and everything is on. Perfect. And look at this city, this is awesome. This is awesome. That way, awesome. Look at that. I love my PC. And you can see Zurich over there, just above us. Alright, we can go back in the cockpit and turn left. What's up? I think our heading indicator is not really working. Man, seriously. Our altitude is working, fortunately, and I think, yeah, everything left is working, but this is not working. This is weird, really. Really weird. I don't know if I did something wrong, or if it's the add-on, which is still not good developed, but oh, come on. And I don't even know where I'm playing. Man, seriously. Alright, so we'll play out the altitude of, what is our altitude right now? 1000 feet, almost. We look pretty high right now. Man, I don't know if it's this add-on which is broken, or me doing anything, everything wrong. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure I did a mistake. Yeah, pretty sure about it. So we are flying VFR, so we have to repair to the charts, to the mountains, and every visual so we say reference that you can see in the terrain. So we have to fly near this mountain, those two mountains. And then, when I will be above this little lake, I will turn right, and then align to the heading of the runway, and this will be a very fun approach. Well, this is another bad point, or kind of bad, the texture, the water textures. Sometimes they seem to work, like over there, so you can land with a seaplane on it. But sometimes it's just like some ground, so you cannot land. This is not water in X-plane. This is. It appears that it's some ground, so you cannot land with a seaplane on it, and that's really annoying if you want to do some seaplane flights. And if you're using Ortho4xp, it can cause you problems. But I think there is a way to cut the lakes and so that it doesn't appear at some Ortho4xp tiles and just the default water, but to keep the tiles around it, so it's pretty useful. Sorry, I'm cheating right now, but I just want to make sure that I am playing in the good direction. Yes, I do. So my reference is I want to fly towards this runway, and then towards this hill or mountain. I don't know. I think it's. Can I see it yet? I'm not quite sure. So we have this high terrain just on the left here, and then there is this big hill, which is this one, I think, and then the big one here behind is this one. So we'll fly towards here, and then normally there is a hill in the middle of the lake. I mean, a kind of hill, and yeah, we'll see. I think we can stabilize at this altitude, because we don't really look like 1,500 feet, I don't know, but let's just see here. Yeah, 5,000 feet. But maybe 1,500 feet above the ground, I don't know. But although it looks even higher, I don't know. Alright. Man, I love this, I don't. Such a cool plane. Let's look for a thumbnail here. Maybe this way. Looking pretty good. Great. So let's go back in the cockpit. Alright, so there's our reference. We are entering the first little lake here. So we'll have to fly above it and then fly just on the right of this mountain. And then, oh, okay, I see. This hill is this one. So normally the runway is just behind it. So I want to do my right hand side turn before landing, so it will be, I will turn right now at this place, and then around the mountain, and the runway is just behind. So I hope this bug will fix later. I don't want to see it in my approach. Gorgeous. Really, Ortho4xp did a great job. I can't say it enough. So I want to make sure not to confuse with this Air Force, which is pretty close. You know what? I can already start my descent slowly, like. So this is in kilometer per hour, and this is not in knots, in nautical knots, I think. So I don't remember the reference, the difference. Sorry. I think the knots are like ×2. So 25 kilometers per. No, 250 kilometers per hour are like. Oh, that's the opposite actually. Are like the half. So it's like 1 125 knots, which is pretty fast for an aircraft like this. So I'm not really sure if it's the right conversion, but we are around 100 knots right now, normally. Now this will be a very fun approach. I don't wanna get too slow right now. What's wrong with this actually? I'm just gonna test. Oh, it's not working at all. No, this heading indicator is totally broken. Well, I'm not too angry because of course it's a freeware and it just came out like 2 weeks ago, so it's normal that there is some things that are not finished. It's totally normal. So before landing checklist, battery turn ignition, landing lights on. What is this? I can block the landing gear lever with this. Useful. Alright, so we're going pretty fast right now, so okay, so I can fly between what's the reference? Behind it and then land. So normally when you fly IFR, I think there is a waypoint in the middle of the lake, and once you reach it, here you can do both the approach, this one or this one. But right now we are flying IFR, so we'll do just visually. We can already start to turn around, and I want to aim for this hill, which is this one, I think, so that when I overcome this part of the mountain, I just can turn left, sorry, and align. Cool. This is cool. So I don't want to get too low right now, so just want to make sure. What's the... So, sorry guys, this is not very professional, but I'm just checking during the flights. 1,400 feet. So, I'm just gonna... Let's see. 6. Alright, I don't want to get too close to the mountains, so I can turn right a bit. So I will wait to be in final to drop the gear flaps, because I think it will slow down the plane a lot, due to the big size of the flaps, which are really huge. That's the first time I see an aircraft with the flaps here. I think the DC-3 is also the same. So, we'll be able to turn very soon. I can really descend in altitude right now and reduce the speeds. So it appears that we don't have any overlays. Alright, we'll do without it. Don't care too much. We look really high, so I can really kill the lag. Okay, alright. I'm gonna wait to see the runway before dropping the gear and flaps. Alright, so I can start my left and side turn. on, runway. Come on, I want to see you. I want to see you. Alright, I do have visual over there. So I forgot to say we will land on the asphalt runway, on the tarmac. Gear down. Flaps. Oof, ooh, come on. Let's compensate a bit this pitch of altitude. We are high. So I can align right now. Great. Awesome. Well, that was a tricky approach, really. I was pretty afraid when I didn't see the runway. But here we are. Just center the view this way. Don't want to get too slow. I don't really know this aircraft, so I don't really know perfectly the approach speed and the flare speed. I think we're good right now. Don't want to get too slow neither. Let's pitch down a bit. Gear are down, flaps are down, everything is cool. Let's butter the bread, as usual. First landing with this aircraft, just to say. First landing. Let's see how it handles. Nose up. Well, okay. That was tricky. That was tricky also. So I can put the flaps up. 122. Well, that was not as hard as I would have thought. Well, that was a bumpy landing, really. So I'm just gonna see on the map where I can taxi. So I can taxi here on this place. So I can take this exit. This is an exit. That's a very tight exit. You know what? I'm just gonna taxi until the end of the runway. This is way too tight for us. Wow, that was a tricky landing, really. That was a tricky landing. I wasn't prepared for it. Firstly, I started to panic when I didn't see the runway, and then this hard landing. Well, I'm not really happy with that, but it's okay. We'll take it. Alright, here we are. I don't know if you can take it. Yeah. This is wide enough for us. Another thing pretty weird with Ortho4xp is that there are less 3D objects around here. I don't know if you remember my first flight, my second video, sorry, in which I did a flight from here, Buochs, to what was that? To Bern, yeah, I think. There were a lot more 3D objects. Here we just have the airport. Alright guys, we can just park here next to them. I don't want to hit this light. And we can align here on the white line. See, yeah, we're good, we're good. Parking brake on. Here we are, boys. Here we are. That was a nice flight, really. Okay. So, how can I turn off this engine? I think I can just turn it to off perfectly. That was easy. Suddenly lights, nav lights, beacon is for later. Everything is going off. Here, stall, pilot heat, not strobes for the end. Everything off here. Finally, what is left here? Gear down, flaps are up. Everything is looking good here. Generator off, battery off, and finally beacon and strobe lights off. I forgot this. Alright, here we are, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this little flight here in Switzerland. I will do a lot of videos very soon this week to take back my my retard, how you say. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video. So if you did, don't hesitate to put a like, subscribe, and share it to your friends. So stay tuned for new videos coming out very soon. I see you all very soon. Bye bye.